Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Hermits on Bedrock. I am your host, Comment1125, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than what you're used to. Here recently, I have noticed that there is a lot of things that I have left unfinished across the realm. And I know we've been working on the military base and we've been going around doing other things. And we actually finished the park. I'm going to take you there here in a second. But, I mean, just look at this area. It just doesn't look good. And this is my home. This is my base. Whenever this season ends, which might be sooner than you think, I want people to look back across, I want people to come here and think, wow, Kame had a pretty cool base. But they can't. Because it's not finished. So that's going to be the main focus of this episode. To finish things up. I mean, look behind me. Look up there. That's dirt. That's like 1 year. Those blocks were probably placed a little over a year ago. So I'm going to dedicate this entire episode. Or let me put it. We are going to dedicate this entire episode to finishing the unfinished, to get this library finally done, and to go around and finish up some of these projects that we need to be working on. I mean, let me just show you real quick. We'll take a little tour. If you've been watching the streams, you definitely know what this is, but look at all these creeper holes. And this is how I get down to my village trading center. I miss it. I miss it almost every time. It gets on my nerves, man. But we come down here, it's a really nice, but look at this. It's just rudimentary, primitive. A year old. And that's just, we're going to concentrate on that this episode, is we are going to modernize and finish these unfinished projects. So that whenever it's time to come to the end of the season, we can finish up whatever project we're working on, and we can move on to new beginnings. So, now to get started, I think we are going to begin our episode here inside the Villager Trading Hall. And I think we're going to concentrate on really beautifying this place. It looks real simple, which was the point. However, I do like what I have going on out here. You got the finer things in life going on down here. This is our moneymaker. This is where we make all of our diamonds. It deserves to be treated a little better than this. And that's exactly what we're going to do. A little facelift, little chin tuck, and other plastic surgery things that I don't know about. So let's go, and we're gonna get us some resources. So we have done a little bit of resource gathering around here. Of course, it all came from the It all came from the sorting system, and we were actually able to get most of what we'll need if we're gonna stick to that pattern. Also brought some quartz blocks, quartz slabs, as well as some polished diorite and some andesite, just in case we want to add some more natural tones to the build. But, let me make sure I got my stuff. Yep. And yes. Okay. But, one other thing, I don't know if I've showed you guys yet or not. I'll take you down here real quick. Another project we need to finish this episode is the vault, which I keep getting cats and stuff from the Village Trading Center down low. But this is our diamonds, and this is solid. It's all solid. There's no fakery, no tomfoolery, no forgery, just honesty. So we're going to finish this room up, make it look a little bit nice and prettier. Hopefully we can finish that this episode as well. You know how I do. I take on too many things, and I don't get it done in time for the end of the episode. But I'm going to take you guys back over to the Villager Trader Hall by my base and show you kind of a before scene so that we can get a before and after cut of this awesome, of what's going to be an awesome Villager Trading Hall. Just to give you guys a little bit of perspective, this is us whenever we're starting this project. This will probably go away as well now that I have the farm. So it's just the rail. It's nothing special, nothing really cool, crazy about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a building. We're going to make this tunnel a lot nicer and more accessible by foot in case we don't have any carts. And I'll bring you guys back whenever I've started. I'll probably give you guys a little midway through preview. I'm going to be building a lot of this on stream. So if you guys want to watch the stream and see me face, my beautiful face, then join the stream by all means. It's the same handle as Comment1125. That's the name. And you can also find it on the About section of my YouTube channel. But enough about me. Let's get a building. So, this was the old entrance to the Cave of Wonders, or our village trader, our personal Cave of Wonders, and this is going to be the new entrance. And as you can see, I've already cleared out all this area, and I've actually finished the layout starting from the bottom. So you can kind of see the feel we're going here, more of a natural mined area, using a lot of the, I want to say refined stone, the smooth stone, and the polished, I swear I can't talk right now, the polished diorite. I really love the diorite stone contrast. I talk about it all the time in the stream, and it's not a poppy contrast, it's kind of like a smooth contrast. It's not like black and white concrete. It's more natural tones of gray. And you can see how it really plays, a really good role in this. I might even double up these emeralds to make them more even. But from this you can kind of see the direction we're going. And I'm just trying to add as much detail as possible so that whenever I come down here, it's going to be a good experience. Now once we get to the top, so the top, we're going to have a building, and pretty much you're going to press a button and you're going to get a minecart, and then you're going to press a button over here. It's going to send you off, and the same thing on the bottom is going to send you up and back over here. And whenever you get out of your minecart, it might automatically kick you off, or we'll set up a little apparatus here that's going to suck up the, I can't speak today, suck up the minecarts, and it's going to send it over here through a hopper train. And then whenever you press this button, it'll send it up a dropper elevator and back into this dispenser. So we might have to experiment around with some redstone, but I don't think it's going to be too difficult compared to what we've done in the past. But yeah, down here at the very bottom, see, it's so big you can actually fly through it if you're good enough. Down here at the bottom we have a similar setup. The way down, the way up is going to be the same thing. You press a button, dispenser, sends you up. In here, we're going to probably make this room at least twice as tall, maybe even 3 times as tall, because you have this grand entrance into this small room. And we also might even renovate this hallway as well. I'm not going to move any villagers, though, that's the thing. But we'll see how that pans out. And whenever I get a little bit more done, I'll bring you back. But please, if you want to see more of me building out of time-lapse, because time-lapse right now is really hard for me to record. But if you want to see me build some, please leave a comment and let me know. And also, if you like some things that I do more than others, or you don't like some things that I do, and you want to see me do different things, please let me know in the comments, and I will try my best to tend to those comments. Okay? So I'm going to bring you back whenever I finish this up, and hopefully it's going to look just as good as we hope it will. Alright, so we have made some major progress. As you can see, I've started kind of doing the layout. Of course, it's going to look a lot better once it's finished, of the main room. Now, I am going to put a key on this door, definitely, because we don't want people wandering around and being nosy and coming down here and stealing books and stuff like that. Not saying that anybody on the realm would, but, we're going to try to avoid that at all cost. But as you can see, I don't have any in there, so let's go make one real quick. Sorry about that. But now that we have our mine carts, what we'll do is we'll load them up into this chest. I already loaded a few, so now you'll see it stays full at all times. I will fill up this chest before this project is over, and also make the dropper elevator going straight up into this thing. I might do a little piece of this episode about that. I might do it on stream. I don't know. That's going to take a while, but you click the button. You click the button. get on immediately because it's going to send this off. You come down here, it looks very nice and neat. Looks very awesome. You can see I got a couple other minecarts down here. Oh, well, that one's going to come back down here in a second. And you can see that we haven't done much down here, but we're getting to it. So, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you guys the finished product of the tunnel. Let's see, there's my cart. The finished product of the tunnel. Okay, the tunnel itself. Now, one thing I'm going to talk about real quick is my building process. So you have a couple different types of building in Minecraft. You can build an exterior and then build the interior to fit that. Or you can do what I'm doing here. We're going to build the interior first, and then we're going to make like a shell over it in the style of build that we want. This tends to cost more resources, but you know, we have plenty of resources to spare. So I'm going to finish this up real quick, and I will bring you back as usual. The finished product. I finished the building and I finished the mine. And I kind of want your guys' opinion, if you will, please, if you got this far in the video or if you're watching, leave a comment. Let me know. Do you like the depth version or do you like the upright version? I just thought it added a little bit more spice to it. I could do slabs instead. I could do stairs instead. But I just want your guys' opinion. I think it kind of gives it a little bit more depth than looking kind of a plain. Let's sleep real quick, and then we'll go down into the mine. Or not the mine. We're going to go down into the village trading hall, and I'm going to show you guys the progress we made there. It's not really progress because we finished it. So, open the door with the button. That'll be a key in the future. As you saw before, press the button, get on the cart. The cart will take you down into the... Wait a minute. We're going to go ahead and fix this real quick. Cover the light. The cart will take you down here into the main entrance. Now, I've got to get some more emerald blocks. And I'm going to put some emerald blocks up top as well to kind of break up that gray color. But I like what I did here. I'm not going to put emeralds over here or over here. Maybe one right here and one right here, but I want the focus to be over here. The emeralds really make this area pop. You come in here, and now we've made the tunnel one higher, and we've lined it with the smooth stone. And, of course, we put our polished andesite. Ooh, I gotta just do this real quick. Let me get some stone. But normally I would texture like that. I would put some andesite in here, and I would put maybe even some light gray or gray wool in here. But since this is supposed to be a brand new hall, you don't want it to look aged, so you don't really want to texture it terribly too much because everything's supposed to be new. But anyway, so we finished this, and now we're gonna go to our next project. So if you look behind me, it looks pretty bad. It looks like I've ran across here 100 times and creepers have exploded, and I had a little spruce farm right there. So today, we are going to, cut down a tree. Maybe we might leave the tree, because that's a pretty unique tree. I don't think I definitely didn't do that. So we're going to leave that tree here, but we're going to terraform most of this area, and we're going to make it look a little bit nicer around here. We might even make a little pond, and because you see over here, this used to be a little lake area that I covered up earlier when we were building that, and there's supposed to, I guess this wanted to be a little pond, so we're probably going to put a pond back there, have a little nice looking pond, and then we're really going to focus on this side this episode. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to that side. We might do that. I don't know. But this is before, and I'm going to bring you guys back whenever I make some progress. That's more like it. So, I have filled in the holes, and I have terraformed just a little bit. I've extended this to be all the same level. And I added some, took some away, snipped it out, chiseled it until it was what I wanted. And now we are going to go over here. And I could probably get back a little early just to show you how I'm going to do and how I go about doing lakes or ponds. So first I get like the general idea where I want it. I said that I was going to do it over here, but I want it to be a little bit more centralized. So we're going to move this over here. We're still going to use the sand a little bit. And what I do is I'll outline it, and then I'll level it off, and then I'll dig what I want it, or how I want it to look, and then of course fill it up with water, and then terrain around it afterwards, because as you'll see, this these hills right here will look significantly different. I might even have to bring the wall down a little bit if I decide to. If not, that's fine. I kind of left the hole right there, so we're gonna have to fix that definitely. But I just wanted to bring you guys back to show you that, and a little tip is always have you a terrain box. This is my terrain box. You can see it was actually filled with sand like this, or filled with grass blocks like this. And I got some of that, the dirt path, some dirt, gravel, and sand, so that pretty much whenever I run to a terrain situation, I got what I need, other than seeds and such. But that's a whole different box. Now the hole's dug. So the easiest way I find to fill in large areas with water, get you a few buckets, make an infinite water source, do the edges first, and then do the lower blocks in the middle. And as you can see, that has saved us some time. So if we keep doing this, at some point along the line, it should start to like go by itself, and you'll see what I mean. See what I mean? Like it just filled in 2 or 3 blocks by itself, and you just keep going, and eventually, seeing it just filled in another 2 or 3 blocks by itself. And this will save you a lot of time rather than going from the bottom to top. And eventually, I mean, you might have to play around with which bucket. See, boom, did a little bit more. Put a bucket right here, and it'll do a little bit more. And you just keep doing that until you'll get this cascade effect. So, and I'll try to show you that now if I can. Okay, so that took a little bit longer than expected, but this is an odd shape. But as you can see, we've saved probably a lot of time that we would have spent if we would have went from the bottom to the top filling that in. Hopefully this helps some of you out. You just really gotta get lucky sometimes and hit that sweet spot. And sometimes you don't know which spot that's gonna be. Oh, yeah, there we go. So now we got it all cleared up. We're gonna decorate it up, and I'll bring you guys back whenever we do that. So all in all, I think we did pretty good for this side of the castle. As you can see, I've added a lot more trees back into the area. I put some lily pads down. I put some flowers in. I might take some of them out as we went. I kind of just ran around, did some bone meal, and then run around again and just kind of hold down the click and then just kind of shake the controller like this. And it kind of unclumps what the bone meal does. You see, like right here is a clump. Just run through. Sorry about the shaking. And then it's a little bit more generated looking. But yeah, so I finished this area. I think is gonna be good. It's terraformed. I think it looks really nice, even especially from the sky. It looks really nice, and especially a lot nicer than it was. We finished this project, which was kind of a bigger project. It took me about 3 or 4 days to finish this, and then, I added a little path going back into the castle, which I'll make a gate for, and we'll furnish or finish, whatever you want to call it, this in here, and it'll lead into our garden over here, which has holes in it too for some reason. But I think the next thing we're gonna tackle is going to be this building opposite of the barracks, which is this building right here, which used to be the old villager trader, and the only way I could get in there, as you can see, is by going through the walls, because they kept opening the doors and finding ways out. So I'm toying around with the idea of tearing this all the way down, because I have those 2 villagers already somewhere else, and if I do need one, I can always move him over. But I think we're going to leave that for another time because I really want to get, before this episode is over, I want to finish the interior of this and also finish this library in here. I was toying around with the idea of making it a ballroom, but it's just not really big enough and there's not a lot of things to do. And it's going to be hard enough to put shelves in here, but I think I have a couple of ideas of how I'm going to do that. And once I come up with a little bit more of an idea, I'm going to bring you guys back so we can discuss it a little bit, and then I'll get to building. Those lanterns make it look a lot better. So, I'm sorry I didn't bring you back, but I finished the library. And I think it looks pretty good. I just got in the zone, and I didn't want to stop, and I think it turned out really good. As you can see, we stuck with our palette of spruce and stone, just like you see out here. So we're going to try to stick with that throughout the interior of this build, you know, more of a primitive, more medieval style. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think it turned out really good, place where you can read. I like these chairs, I really do. I think they turned out amazing. I think that might be my favorite part of this entire build. You see the ladder that slides so that you can bring it around and get it where you need to get. But yeah, I think it turned out really good. I think that the lanterns themselves really improved the looks of this as well. I think the lanterns were a good move. But I also did the doors over here. You know, we still got a lot of work to do on the exterior, but I closed this in so that it doesn't seem like mobs can just walk in here. And from above, it just looks even better. I like this build. This might be my favorite build so far. But I think we're going to end this episode here today. Next episode, we're probably going to finish up inside of here. And, well, by the time the next episode releases, I should be done with this castle. And I'll show you guys what I did before we move on. But I think the next episode, we want to really tackle the big mega build in the shopping district. And kind of finish that up. And make sure that it's ready to go. Open up a little bit more shops before we go into Season 2. But again, let me know what you guys thought about these builds in the comment section, and please let me know which side you like better, the in-depth side or the kind of straightforward side. Let me know, and I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed.